Yo, what is good? It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've done something like this. The big microphone that I got set up is gone temporarily. Probably for a while. Actually, you probably won't see that for another video because I'm going to actually set up a proper lavalier mic setup on the camera. I might even get a different microphone set up altogether. Who knows? So I got the notes on the iPad, and the notes say, a bunch of you like the last one. It's weird. Why do you like old lenses? Why do you like old cameras? What's wrong with you? You guys are bizarre. But I got two old lenses today. One of them was a big regret, and the other one is a Vivitar 135 F2.8mm lens. I just need to... This lens, this has actually been a really fun lens, more on that in a little bit. And the other one, which is a complete and utter regret, is the Zodal 135 F2.8. Why did they not make it easy to get out with one hand? Come on, guys. This lens is interesting. So is the 135mm focal length as well, but I'll get onto that in just a bit. First, I want to just give people a bit of insight to my shortcomings. When I first wanted to buy a new lens for this video, I wanted to go for the 135mm because it is a really interesting lens to me. I do like doing portraits, and I do enjoy tighter focal length. I'm very tired. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you'd know that the 85mm is actually my favorite lens. Unfortunately, it's gone for now. But it is my favorite focal length, and I thought, why not go even further? Why not shorten that depth of or angle of view even narrower? And I went for the 135mm. Yeah. So I went for the Zodal 135 because I saw it for literally £10. That's packaging, postal and packaging including, which is fucking steal. Oh my god! But it was weird. So, when this was listed off on eBay, it was listed for £10 on auction, and I got it almost immediately. But it took a while to ship, and that's not a problem. Sometimes, especially in the current conditions, it can take a while to ship certain things, and that's not an issue to me. What is an issue is the listing. Now, the listing said it was fine. The listing said that there was no scratches on the lenses. Mechanically, it was sound. It was in almost perfect condition, but it was like new, listed on eBay. So I stuck open at F2.8, and there's nothing I can do about that. Absolutely nothing. Like I'll show you now, I cannot focus past a certain point when it's stuck open at F2.8. I want to turn the aperture dial. Nothing happens to the aperture, but then I can also focus to infinity or infinity. It doesn't focus very far either. I estimate about 50-60 feet in front of the actual camera is about the furthest it will focus. Otherwise, it just doesn't want to focus any further. And there's another problem. When you focus all the way to the minimal focus distance, the lens extends forward, which isn't a problem, but it exposes some of the threading of the internals, which is a really concerning thing. So I bought a busted lens. Not my proudest purchase decision, but hey, the case it came with is nice, except I had to hot glue it together because it was broken. Basically, to take away from this, be careful what you buy on eBay if it's pre-owned, especially if it's vintage lenses. If you can find a better one that's only slightly higher, I would have paid £20, £30 for a lens that worked in a much better condition than this. Instead, I got this, and then I had to buy another one. Now, first impressions, the bag's not nearly as hard or cool. I can fit my hand in it though. That's alright. But this Zodal lens is actually really cool. It's an MD mount, which unfortunately I don't have an MD to E mount, so I've been using my old MD to EOS mount, and I've had an EOS to E mount for the longest time. God, lens mounts are so confusing and complicated. Just call it the Sony mount. Let's do that. I'm an idiot. Let's just do that. I hope this wind isn't too bad. I hope the audio isn't too bad. I'm using my iPhone. Can't see it because It's wrapped in a sock. But this lens is actually mechanically sound. The image performance is actually remarkable. It's a very sharp lens, very soft, especially once you start focusing past about 15-20 feet. But, I mean, you can focus to infinity, which is a huge fucking plus. I picked it up for about £20 off of eBay. This one, the shipping was tracked. Everything went sound with this one. This was the worst experience I've ever had on eBay. Flat. Like, of all my time buying stuff off eBay, this is the worst. This is what I expected when I purchased this 135mm lens, especially at f2.8. At f2.8, super sharp in the corners. This center sharpness really isn't that sharp. It's very soft. And again, once you start focusing past about 15-20 feet, it becomes to get a lot softer in the edges. The corners are decently sharp. Even at f4, f4.5, f5.6, and even f8, it's mildly sharp. It's quite remarkable, actually. I really enjoy shooting with this lens. But why would you shoot 35mm? So, like I say, I do a lot of portraitures. A lot of what I do is portrait, if not product photography. And you can benefit a lot from a tight lens, from even in product photography. Canon make a 100mm macro lens. Two of them, actually. A standard E and EF and a standard L mount version as well. Both of them are very good lenses. But also highlights why you want to get a telephoto for macro shots. They can provide so much detail without having to flip the table or chair around. The wind's really strong today. I really picked a horrible day to do this. We can get it nice and tight and punched in with a telephoto lens, especially if you've got like macro teleconverter. It's a very good combination. I've not got one. I've not done product photography in far too long, but I also have a macro lens in the back anyway, so that's never been necessarily a necessity. Though I might invest in one because they're relatively cheap. You can pick one for around 300, maybe even 200 if I look hard enough, maybe even cheaper. Otherwise, portraits are where I shine the most with a lot of my stuff. I've done a lot of weddings and I do a lot of portraits for a lot of friends, and being able to punch in, especially at 85, is nice. Being able to go further and still have a similar minimum focusing distance is even better, because a lot of the time I'm not close to my subject at all, so to be able to stand quite a ways back and still focus in pretty well, especially on the mirrorless camera where you can zoom in very easily. This lens is a must. If you're ever going for another prime lens and you don't know which one to get a 135mm. Even for street photography, I recommend it. But yet again, you can take anything for street photography. It's street photography, who cares? It's just mindless fun. I'll be 100% honest, this went much quicker than I intended. I didn't think that that this little review or introspective would be over this quickly. If you liked it, you know what to do. Everything's where it needs to be. I've got a Twitter. I've been using Twitter a lot more lately. I've also got an Instagram, posting a lot more of my work to that. All that is down in the description. I've also got a Discord down there if you want to yell at me about what I said wrong, what I did wrong. And hopefully this wide angle is alright, hitting this at 35mm. Hopefully the audio is not too bad. Again, going to sort that out in the next video. Hopefully the next video. I've also got a few cool street video ideas coming soon. Nothing original, probably something more along the lines of Evan Ranth, but who cares? Anyway, peace.